So, a lot of barbers asking, man, Cole, what you mean by the whack barber? Because the title of this live is, are you okay with being the whack barber? Or are barbers okay with being whack, rather? Right? Are barbers okay with being whack? See, let me tell you what I mean. So, barbers have to be okay with being whack. So, before we get into the video, I need you to subscribe to my YouTube. Hit that notification bell. That way, you can get a notification whenever I drop something new. If you find any value in the video, I need you to hit the like button as well. Now, I've been in the game over a decade, right? And I built myself up from the barber that's behind the chair to the barber that was able to grow his social media, monetize that following, and also establish myself as a leader in the industry. You hit the ebook link down below, you will see that I have ebooks that'll help you achieve every level that I have achieved. I got ebooks to teach you how to build clientele, personal development, growing your social media, and also how to navigate as a six-figure barber. And I also have a newsletter. You can visit coldcuts.com, sign up for my weekly newsletter. That way you can stay up on game on what the topic is or what the next subject gonna be. You can be a little bit ahead of the game. You see a lot of content dropping, but you want to get ahead of that, you want to know what the topic is for the week, subscribe to my newsletter so you can stay on top of that. If you want to reach your full potential as far as cutting hair, you want to use the best tools possible, right? You can visit clutchbarbersupply.com. Use code COLDCUTS10 and get you a 10% discount on some of the most prestigious tools available on the market. As an experienced barber, it's only right that I have coaching packages available. I got a one-on-one coaching package where you jump on the call with me every week and I teach you how to navigate in the game, teach you how to navigate on social media, and all the things that you need to be successful as a barber. I also have a one-on-one in-person training where I come to you, no matter what city or state you in, and I coach you for an entire week, right? Coming to the shop with you, I'm coming to the gym with you. When we gonna get you right, I'm gonna put you on my program, and I'm gonna get you right and have you ready, as long as you keep doing those things. You can visit coldcuts.com and get access to those as well. And if you can't pay it all out of pocket up front, we'll partner with PayPal Pay Later to where you'll be able to make payments in small increments over an extended period of time, but you'll be getting the value immediately. So make sure y'all check that out at coldcuts.com. Grab you some of these ebooks, grab you some of these products. That way you can get ahead in this industry and you won't be behind. We trying to go to the next level, baby. Let's get back into the video. And let me tell you what I mean. You have to be okay with being whack, because Friday, Saturday, you the one gotta be behind the chair. You can't make it to the club. You can't make it to the latest spot in town that's popping on a Friday night. And most events you can't make it to on Saturday nights. See, you gotta be okay with being whack as a barber. You gotta be okay with missing the events, not being in the in crowd. You gotta be okay with being the person that get people prepared to be in the in crowd. You gotta be okay with being the person that get people prepared to be on the scene. You can't be on the scene all the time. So you gotta be okay with that when you about this real barber life. See, when you about that barber life for real, you understand that when that big event that's going on Friday between 6 and 10, you ain't gonna be able to make it. You ain't gonna be able to make it. When your favorite artist in town and their concert start at 7 and it's over at 11, oh man, you ain't gonna be able to make it. Sorry, you ain't gonna be able to make it. When the basketball game, playoff game or whatever on a Friday or Saturday night, starting at 6 or 7, you ain't gonna be able to make it. You gotta be whack. You gotta be in the house. When your favorite, when the latest spot that's popping on social media, you know, they got their little spot that then came on the page and went viral. Now everybody going over there to eating shit and have fun. They got parties going on that's over at 10, 11 p.m. But they started 7. Oh, you ain't gonna be able to make it. Them day parties, them brunch parties on Saturday, oh, you ain't gonna be able to make it. Sorry. You gotta be whack. You gotta be behind the chair. Cause see, you the one that gotta get people fresh to be on the scene. You can't be on the scene all the time. I see barbers try to be on the scene all the time, trying to be cool, and you end up compromising your clientele because you want to be with the in crowd instead of being a person who prepares the in crowd, right? Now, when you get later in your barber career, you own your couple shops or schools, and you got some great income coming in, and you can afford to get out there in the in crowd, have at it. But most of y'all need to be behind that goddamn chair. You gotta be okay with being whack. See, these days, you gotta be, you see these spots popping on social media, you wanna go run over there and get you some pictures by the green grass wall like everybody else do. When really, you need to be getting people's line up straight and getting their fade on point so they can go get pictures in front of that green grass wall. Yeah. Instead of trying to run the steak 48 on a Friday or Saturday night, you need to be getting people line up crispy and they fade on point so they can take a picture in front of that steak 48 sign. Yeah. And you gotta be okay with that at some point. See, a lot of barbers say, man, I became a barber. See, a lot of barbers became a barber because of the flexibility, the freedom. They thought, oh, I could still be on my bullshit. You forgot that a barber's most busy days and the highest demand is on a Friday and a Saturday. A barber's of the days with the highest demand for a barber is on Friday and Saturday. You ain't think about that, did you? You need to be behind that chair on some of the most important times, some of the most live times, right when the events are going on, is right when your ass need to be behind that chair. You need to be taking all them last minute cuts, all of it. You need to treat those events just like the holidays. You don't get all the same, freedom that everybody else get. You need to be behind that chair. So instead of you trying to get on the scene and be popular, you need to be getting people ready to be on the scene and be popular. You got to be okay with being in the background. You got to be okay with being whack. Cut your hair, take your ass home. You off Sunday and Monday. You off on family day and a business day when everybody else at work. That's Sunday and Monday. You whack. Barbers are whack. You're off on Sunday, family and church day. Ain't nothing shaking. And everybody going to house early because they got to go to work Monday. And then you off Monday where everybody at work and you walking your ass around, you going places, ain't nobody there. You there by yourself. You whack. But guess what? That's okay. We barbers. That comes with this lifestyle. If you want to be in the game for a long time, you better accept this now. You better accept that you ain't the one in the streets hitting all the events, out at all the popular spots on Fridays and Saturdays when all the 9 to 5 people out. You can't get in that crowd. You can't go chase ass at brunch on Saturday like the rest of the dudes do. You can't do that. You need to be your ass behind that chair. Getting people right. Lining their beards up. Getting their lineups on point, their fades on point. And sending them so they can go chase them some ass. You can't chase no ass. Yeah. You can't chase ass. As a barber, you can't chase ass on Friday and Saturday. Instead, you have to get people ready to go chase ass. You can't get no hoes. You got to get people right so they can go get them some hoes. Yeah, that's right. And you better be okay with that. Yeah, you should have your one gal that you go home to when you're done at the barbershop. That's what you should have. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you. It's best that barbers have one significant other. Because you can't get out here in these streets. You just can't. You got to get people ready to be out here in the streets. That's your job. And you got to accept that. The sooner the better. I remember when I first got in my groove as a barber and really started getting busy. I was married at the time. My ex-wife would have my kids' parties on a Saturday because she's a 9-to-5 worker, right? So it got to the point where I'm missing my kids' birthday parties. I was able to pay for them, but I'm missing their goddamn birthday parties. You know, then I want to have them on a Sunday because ain't nobody gonna come because it's family day. So you like, damn, I miss my goddamn kid's birthday party. I can't even be present there. You know, what I'm gonna do? Say, nah, I ain't gonna make this money because I need to come to this party. And that's only once, that's one time a year. And who gonna pay for it if I don't be at the shop? Right? I had to be okay with missing my kid's birthday party due to barbering. It's a sacrifice. You gotta become whack. Yeah, you gotta become whack. You gotta be okay with being off on family day and a business day where everybody at work and you walk around doing shit by your damn self. When you get okay with that, you'll have some longevity in this industry. That's just how they go. That's what I mean by are barbers okay with being whack. I'm just letting you know now. So you got into barbering because you want to make a little barber money, put on your little shit and go try to be cool with the 9-to-5 workers and go hang out and do the shit that the 9-to-5 workers do and try to act like you just make free money from barbering. Guess what? You ain't gonna be able to make it. You gotta be at the shop. Instead of going out trying to hang with your partners and shit, instead of trying to go out and hang with the 9-to-5 workers and shit, you need to be finding a way to get the 9-to-5 workers inside your goddamn chair so they can go hang out with your cut on their goddamn head. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you that now. Most barbers do not be on the scene as much as you think. We don't. We don't. And when we do go, we going on Sundays with our families, or we going on Mondays and ain't nobody there. The Friday and Saturday when that place be popping and they having the parties out there and out there, we weren't able to make it. We had to be behind the chair getting people ready. So we ain't as cool as you think. We cool behind the chair. That's why we talk so goddamn much. Yeah, because we ain't get to be on the scene. So we finna talk your ear off in the chair. Yeah. We get you prepared. We get your mind right. We get your haircut right. We raise up your spirits. We raise up your spirits and your confidence. Right? And then we send you on out there. And hey, I'm okay with that. And as a barber, you should be okay with that. You should be okay with getting people ready to go be on the scene instead of you being on the scene. Gotta be okay with being whack. That's just how they go. Real talk. Real talk. The moment you understand that, the better. Real talk. Clip by Sauce says, I'm a new barber and trying to explain to my girl that first 2 years I need to spend as much time at the shop as possible and she just don't get it. Yes, that is a battle with a lot of barbers. I tell barbers all the time, if you're gonna have a gal while you're coming up in barbering, it gotta be a chick that's truly down for you. She should be down with you so much that she understands that I gotta spend a lot of time behind that chair. And this is the thing. You steady coming home with no results. And she like, hey, what the hell you doing? Right? You gotta have somebody that's truly down for you. You have to. You can't really put a time limit on it. I wouldn't say 2 years or nothing like that. You putting a time limit on it. You just need to make sure that you with a person that supports you and what you are doing. If she supports you in what you are doing, you say, look, for the first 2 years, it's going to be rough. I'm going to have to spend a lot of time behind that chair. I'm not going to be up under you that much. She should say, okay, baby, I understand. Is there anything I can do to help you build that clientele? Matter of fact, she should say, hey, I came up with these different strategies. You should try this. I told such and such about your services, etc., etc. Right? That's how that should be. You might be with the wrong person. I support relationships and or marriages, so I don't support people breaking up, but I also understand as a barber you need a supportive partner. That's up to you to make that decision. Real talk. Hardest part about being a Danny Too Smooth says hardest part about being a barber is how I've had to cut out a lot of my hobbies. Truthfully, had to pick what was really important to me. Hard to do at 22 and 24. Man, that's real. That's real. I was a barber at 24, right? But see, barbering took me up out of the street. Barbering took me from chasing ass. Barbering took me from doing a bunch of dumb shit. Barbering took me away from a lot of people I didn't need to be around. Barbering took me from being subject to getting into some bullshit and put me behind a chair making some money. And guess what? I'll take behind the chair making some money than being out there in some bullshit. And I know as a young barber, that's a struggle. You want to get out there and get in the streets and have fun and chase ass and all that. That's what you make money for, right? But the demand of barbering and the days that you are demanded as a barber is going to take you away from that. And that's a good thing. You don't need to be chasing ass. You don't need to be in the streets with the bullshit. You need to get people ready to chase ass. And you need to get people ready to be out there in the streets, right? So it's a good thing, you know. It's very rewarding if you want to look at it that way. It's all about how you look at it though. But you definitely got to be prepared to be whack. You got to be prepared to be whack. Shuby said, barbers want to show up late and leave early, expecting to build clientele. Got to be behind that chair. Yep. Yep. Now I tell barbers all the time, on Fridays, you better get your ass inside this shop. You cannot go out Friday nights with the 9 to 5 workers. They don't have work tomorrow. Your highest demanded day is tomorrow. Your highest demanded day is that Saturday. You got to get up and get to that shop as early as possible because you got a bunch of ass kids that's ready to get their hair cut and a bunch of people that's ready to get their hair and a bunch of adults that's ready to get their hair cut. You got to get up Saturday morning. You can't go out Friday. You may can squeeze you one in there Saturday night if you ain't too tired from cutting hair all day. That's just how they go. Barbers that try to rush their ass up out their shop on Fridays and Saturdays so they can go jump out here in the streets and spend all the money they done made. there's a bad ending to that. We all have been there, but I hurry up and learn. Alright, you know, when I first became a barber, shit, I was married, so I went out there chasing ass. I was changing my life anyway. I was getting up out the streets anyway. And barbering just aided with that and made it better. And like I said, if you embrace that, it's the best thing that can happen to you. Real talk. So, you gotta be okay with being whack, man. You got to be okay with being whack. Alright? Appreciate that, man. It's the end of this live. Y'all check out the ebooks, coldcuts.com. Check out the coaching programs. Keep tapping into the content. We're going to keep it coming, man. Please go subscribe to that YouTube. This is where some of these videos end up at. We got a lot of things coming. We hit 4,000 subscribers. Man, it's up. It's up. Appreciate y'all for tapping in.